Harvey Specter has a history with Suits' last Ted Black, which means one divisive aspect from Suits is about to return. Although Suits LA is a spin-off about new characters set in a different city, the show is expected to have plenty of connections to Suits. This includes the return of Gabriel marked as Harvey Specter, who is confirmed to appear in 3 episodes of Suits LA. Mark's return to the role that charmed audiences for 9 seasons and continues to find new fans is exciting, but how he will fit into Suits LA remains to be seen. While we know how Harvey Specter ties into Suits LA, he and Ted Black are old friends from their day at the DA's office in New York, it is still unclear when and how Mark's character will come into play. A logical prediction is that Ted Black, played by Stephen Amell, will need help with a case and will call his friend Harvey. The first trailer for Suits LA includes a picture of Ted and Harvey with a group of friends from back in the day, further confirming their shared history and what it means for the show. Harvey and Ted's shared history means Suits LA will likely include flashbacks. Harvey Specter and Ted Black go back a long way. A group picture featuring Harvey Specter and Ted Black in Suits LA. The first trailer for Suits LA sees Ted Black asking Kevin if he knows Harvey, which Troy Winbush's character then describes as the only person who is cockier than Ted. This brief interaction establishes that not only Ted and Harvey have been friends for a while, but that they have similar personalities. Ted even says that's why I liked him after Kevin describes Harvey as cocky. Between the picture and the conversation about their past, it seems likely that Suits LA will include at least one flashback sequence to flesh out Ted and Harvey's friendship. If Suits LA does include a few flashback sequences, it will be bringing back a divisive Suits trend, flashback episodes. Starting with Season 2, Episode 8, Rewind, Suits had over a dozen episodes in which at least a couple of sequences were set in the past. In a lot of those episodes, the flashback segments made for most of the runtime, which could be frustrating depending on what was happening in the present. Suits would use flashbacks to reveal more about the characters' pasts but also to create parallels between their current problems and their previous experiences. Why Suits flashback episodes were so divisive? Suits flashback episodes were often seen as filler. Young Mike Ross in Suits. Flashbacks can be a valuable narrative resource, especially in a show where Mike, our point-of-view character in the first few seasons, is thrown into a world that he does not quite comprehend and has to deal with powerful, ambitious co-workers who have lots of skeletons in their closets. However, many of Suits' flashback episodes felt like filler and did not add much to the main story. Some flashbacks were particularly too convenient, with the current events of the show dictating what happened in the past and not the other way around. In the flashback episodes, Suits' characters would run into a moral dilemma or difficult situation that they happened to have encountered in the past, and such coincidences got boring very fast. With lots of exposition and scenes that were there just to justify what the characters were doing now, many of these flashback episodes are among the worst on the show. That said, Suits did have some important flashbacks that added a lot to the show, including the ones about Harvey's deal with Charles Forsman and the first time Harvey and Donna got together. Suits LA might also include flashbacks about Ted Black regardless of Harvey. We don't know what caused Ted Black to leave New York for Los Angeles. Regardless of whether Suits LA includes flashbacks of the time Harvey and Ted worked together, the show might revisit Ted Black's past in New York anyway. The official synopsis for Suits LA teases that the reasons that drove Ted Black away from New York might come back to haunt him, meaning that his days as a prosecutor will play a big role on the show. This could be similar to how Harvey's time working for Cameron Dennis ended up shaping his career forever and became one of many ghosts from his past. Suits LA currently doesn't have an equivalent to Suits' Mike Ross twist, not that we know of. The reason Ted Black left New York and started his own firm in Los Angeles could perhaps be the real catch of Suits LA, something that will make the character more than just a famous attorney. Ted could even be a mixture of Harvey and Mike in the sense that he is an incredibly successful lawyer who also hides some sort of secret that could destroy his career. If so, flashback sequences might be central to Suits' last story.